We are back on Today's Country, and we are focusing on the ladies this week here on TNN, and I tell you, I can't forget this. She was like 10 years old, and she was introduced at Troy Aikman's golf tournament in Dallas as the featured performer one night on stage, and she was just a knockout. And then, about a year later, she came to see us at the show, remember?
Exactly. We're talking about LeAnn, and they're saying she is one of the new country stars leading the music into the next millennium.
Wow.
What a daunting task. Now, as we join her live in Australia, there may be a little delay, so bear with us. So, good day there, LeAnn.
G'day, mate. Hi, how are y'all?
We are just fine. Now, I understand that Australia is 17 hours ahead of us here, which is why you are sitting there in daylight and we're in the dark here. How do you feel? Did you get enough sleep?
I did get enough sleep. It was a 14-hour flight over from LA, and that was something I didn't really enjoy that much, but once I got here, it was definitely worth the wait.
And they are also 2 seasons ahead. If I'm not mistaken, it's summer there right now. So have you had a chance to get out and enjoy the city at all?
Summertime. I am. I'm having a blast in Australia. It's beautiful here. The weather is very nice, and like you can see, I'm wearing short sleeves, so I'm having a blast.
So tell us exactly where you're located.
We're in Sydney right now, at the harbor, right across from the Opera House.
And what are you going to Australia for? I know you're not actually doing a tour now, but are you promoting a tour later on in the year?
Yes, we're here for a promotional tour that we're promoting the tour that's going to be, we're going to be touring in March of this year. We're going to be back over here, and I think it's a 16-day tour all around Australia, so I'm looking forward to that.
We have been told that you are nothing new to Australia. You are not a new face because you are already their top-selling female country singer of all time. And is it true that your album has gone double platinum there already?
The album has gone double platinum, and I actually got something very interesting today. I got my first double platinum award from Australia. So I'm very excited.
Oh, we had to applaud you.
Yes.
We're applauding you for that.
On the satellite. Hey, this goes along with all the accolades you've been receiving lately. I noticed the Grammy nominations have been coming in with your name on them, and I'm curious how you reacted when you first heard about that.
The Grammy nominations, well, you know, this year I really didn't even expect one. I was warned the night before the Grammys were announced, the nominations, that at 8 o'clock the next morning I would know, and I thought to myself, you know, maybe one possibly, but nothing more. And I woke up the next morning, my dad woke me up and said, wake up, you've been nominated for 4 Grammys, and I was very excited and very overwhelmed by it, so I couldn't believe it.
Well, you know, you have the Grammy nominations, you have the triple platinum here, double platinum in Australia. Do you miss being a kid? You're in a big business now, dear.
Well, it's very exciting for me. It's like a dream come true because I've been wanting this since I was like 5 years old, and it seems kind of funny to say I've been working for a long time at it, but I really have. And I really am having a blast. It's really a lot of fun for me.
So you don't think it's happening too fast?
I don't think it's happening too fast at all. I mean, it really is happening fast because what's happened to me usually happens to an artist in 2 to 3 years. And I've been very lucky that it's happened to me over the past 6 months. And, you know, a lot of people would say it's happening too fast, but to me, like I said, I've been working at it for a long time, and, you know, I'm just trying to handle it, take it day by day, and handle it the best I can.
Okay, you're a very young lady. This is a very demanding business. As I understand it, from like June to November, you were only home like 6 days out of the week. Now, what does that do to your mind? Do you still have the same enthusiasm now for this business as you did when you first started?
I do. I still have the same enthusiasm as I always have. Like I said, I love what I do, and I'm one of the people that gets to enjoy what they do. And I've always wanted this, and now that like you said, from June to December, basically, we had about 6 days off during that whole period of time, and it was very hectic, but I'm enjoying it a lot.
Well, now, is this the furthest in Australia that you've ever been from home?
This is my first trip overseas. I've never been out of the U.S. until now, and Australia reminds me a little bit of the U.S. It's really beautiful here. It reminds me a little bit of San Francisco, and I'm having a blast over here. I love it. It's really nice.
Do you like the food?
I love it. Well, the food's just basically like American food. I mean, a lot of it, it's a little bit different, but they give it fancy names, but it's really good.
Well,
but you know, I love it over here.
I know recently you, like everybody else in this country, has had a touch of the flu bug.
Oh.
How you feeling? You okay?
Right. I'm feeling great. I had bronchitis and I had the stomach virus and everything, and they had to cancel a couple shows, but unfortunately. But that was the only thing that really happened bad in this tour. But really, I was very lucky that I haven't gotten sick before now. But I'm feeling great now.
Well, I tell you, LeAnn, the seat that you're sitting in right now is actually the hot seat, because we have people on the phones who are lined up to speak to you from back here in the U.S.
Okay.
So we're going to take a break, enjoy the weather for just a minute. Hope it doesn't rain on you with those clouds. We'll be right back with phone calls from LeAnn Rimes.
We're back on Today's Country. LeAnn Rimes joining us live via satellite from Sydney, Australia. You see the Opera House in the background there. LeAnn, you get like 500 fan letters a week. Does it bother you or excite you to know that all these people want to know so much about you?
It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I'd kind of get worried if they didn't, you know, with because I love it. I really do. Because everywhere I've been in the U.S., I have so many good fans, and even over here in Australia, the people are so nice. They've been very, very good to me, and I'm very, very grateful for all the fans that I do have.
Well, here are some more questions coming at you. We have people from all over the U.S. who are waiting to talk with you, LeAnn. Debbie from Kentucky is on the line. Debbie, you are on with LeAnn from Australia.
Okay, LeAnn, do you ever miss hanging around kids your own age?
You know, truthfully, I really don't. I've grown up in an adult world basically all my life, so most of my friends have always been between, 20 and 80 basically, but I really don't mind it at all, because I knew that was something I was going to have to give up, and, anyway, so, and I don't think I'm missing out on anything from going to regular public school or being around kids my age, just because this is what I love to do, and, I've always gotten along with people older than me, so I really don't mind it at all.
All right, let's say hello to John, calling in from West Virginia. John, you're on with LeAnn Rimes.
Hello, LeAnn.
Hi, John.
How are
Hi,
you?
how are you?
Just fine.
I'm great.
My question is, are you planning to go to college in the future?
Possibly. I want to see where my career is at that point. I'm definitely going to finish my high school education. I'm homeschooling and I have a tutor, so that's working out really well. And like I said, I want to see where my career is at that point and possibly go to college.
Well, now we go to California, where Susan has a very personal question for LeAnn.
Ooh.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What's your question for
I
LeAnn?
was just wondering, LeAnn, do you have time for a boyfriend or a social life with your busy schedule?
I really don't. I really haven't had time for anything like that recently. And, maybe in the future, possibly pretty soon, that would happen. But I'm not really looking for anybody right now, just because I really don't have time. So, but like I said, maybe in the future, because that's definitely a part of my life that I want to have.
We have a phone call from Oklahoma. We say hello to Glenn. Glenn, welcome to the show. You're on with LeAnn.
Hi, LeAnn. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Fine. I saw your show about 6 weeks ago in Lawton, and you put on a fabulous show.
Thank you very much.
My question is, when are you going to start on your next album?
We have just started on the next album that will probably be coming out sometime between July and September of next year. And I'm looking forward to the second album, just because I think it's going to be a little bit like Blue, and it's going to have a little bit of the traditional country and also contemporary, and I think it's going to be a lot of me on this album. So I'm looking forward to the next album, and it's going to be an album coming out that's called LeAnn the Early Years, and it sounds kind of funny, but that is actually going to be the album that was my independent album that I had out when I was 11 around the Dallas and Fort Worth area that I got my record deal off of, and that will be out February 11th. So that's kind of the album between the first and second one.
And we're having a little bit of breakup in our satellite, but I think we have time to get a couple more questions in.
Oh, yeah.
Right now we go to Wisconsin. And Debbie, you may ask your question now, Debbie of LeAnn.
Yes. Hello, LeAnn. How are you? I was
I'm
wondering
great.
if
How are
there's
you?
anything in your career that you would do different.
Anything in my career I would do different? Really, I don't think there is, just because things have really gone so well over the past 6 months that I don't think there's really anything that I could change that would make it any better right now.
All right, from Texas, Edwina's on the phone, and you have a quick question, dear?
Yes, LeAnn. For one thing, be glad you're there where it's nice and warm. It's snowing and cold here. We're right outside Dallas. What are your goals for the future?
My goals for the future, basically right now, I want to work on this next album, my second album, and try to make the best music I can for everybody. Just go out and do the best concerts I can and just try to make it better and better, my career. And also, like I said, I want to finish my high school education and just try to take it day by day and see where it goes and try to even progress even more.
That's a great attitude, LeAnn.
Yes,
And before we go, I want to ask you one more question. How much do you think the song Blue had to do with the way you took off in the music business? In other words, if you had debuted with a different song, do you think your career might have been different at this point?
I really do. I think Blue was a big part of my success, and because it was my first song, it was the first song everybody heard, and I think it was totally different from what everybody had out. It really was. It was the traditional country. It was really different, and I think that if I would have come out with something else, I don't know if I would have had the success that I would now. So I credit a lot of my success to Blue.
A great song, and a lot of credit also goes to your dad. I know he's there with you. Wilbur's, tell him to come in and say hi real quick.
Tell him to come into the camera range so we can
Dad?
see him.
Come here,
We
Dad.
just want him to wave. We know he
He's
can't
right
hear
here.
us.
There he is. There he is. Hi,
Hi, Wilbur. Tell him we said hello if you would.
They said hi.
Very good. Have a safe trip home. Congratulations on all your success, LeAnn. Appreciate you being on today's Country.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
LeAnn Rimes and Dad Wilbur join us. We'll take a break. More Today's Country on the way after this.